Hello beautiful people, it's Bridget. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great day, and today's video is going to be my foundation routine. Now this was recently requested by one of you guys on Twitter to see an updated base routine from me, and today I'm going to show you my primer, foundation, concealer, setting powder, bronzer, highlight, contour routine as it is right now for like some pretty decently nice looking skin. I do have dry skin at the moment, so I'll be showing you a couple extra tips for hydration, how I get hydration in my skin. And now let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so I'm here with my eyes and my brows done. Normally when I'm not filming, I always do my base face first before brows and eyes, but since we're just focusing on the face today, I went ahead and did those things. So first things first, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Active Hydration Stick and just rub it around my nose area for a little bit extra moisture. And then a little bit under the chin too, because I feel like I get a little bit dry right here. But I just wanted a little bit extra hydration around my nose. Now I'm going to prime. This is the new primer I got and I am in love. Like, it is beautiful. Like, I don't know if it's as good as like the First Day Beauty primers and stuff, but it smells divine. And this is the Tarte Base Tape primer. So I use my fingers for my primer. This smells like a delicious coconutty dream, and a little bit goes a long way because it's very liquidy, and I'm just going to rub it in. I don't really understand, I know everybody's different, why people do their brows and eyes first, because I feel like I'm just going around what I've done the entire time. Why wouldn't I just do my face and put stuff on top? But I feel like I have to avoid this area, but I don't have to do that if I do my base face first. Now for foundation, this does change depending on the day, but today I'm going to take the Too Faced Peach Perfect in the shade Cloud, which is a really nice matte soft foundation with a good smelling primer. We got a good smelling foundation. So I'm going to take the Real Techniques just regular blending sponge. This is what I'm using this week. And I'm going to take a little bit, not too much. I could stack this up and get really full coverage, but most days I just use a normal amount of product. Not super ton and stack it up. Like if you see a little bit of my skin texture coming through or a little bit of the color coming through, it usually color corrects itself when you put powder. So this is the skin with just the foundation on. Now let's move on to concealer. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. And places like under here where I have a lot of texture and a lot of redness that kind of peeks through the foundation, I'm going to streak that under there and then just cover the blemishes and under eyes. If I'm feeling like I really need some help with the purple that is under my eyes, this purple, I'll take a tiny bit of orange eyeshadow on my pinky and just rub a little bit of the orange eyeshadow where the purple is. But today I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to use concealer. Now I'm going to set the concealer with the Cover FX Perfect Powder. I'm going to do the under eyes with the sponge. Just going to use the same sponge that we used, and then for the rest of the face, not the under eyes, I'm going to use this Moda brush that we got in our BoxyCharm. Now when I do powder, I don't want to stab off my foundation and concealer, so what I'll do is instead of going like this and going flat on the face, I'll kind of do it at an angle. I'll put the brush kind of on the edge here, so it still packs on with a lot of the bristles, but it's not stabbing directly into it. I don't know if that makes any difference. It's just what I do. So I know a lot of people don't actually set their entire face, but I do, just because I want my makeup to last the longest amount of time. If I'm going through the effort of putting on makeup, I want it to last really well. And I don't know, I feel like it blends easier when you put a contour color, you put a bronzer, you put a blush on, a highlight over it. Like, I feel like everything blends really easily if you have it set. So next, I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer. This is Reserve Your Cabana by Wet n Wild, which a couple of you told me is being discontinued after, like, it's been out for like 10 years. You can't discontinue with Wet n Wild. Do I need to start a petition? It's just a really good light bronzer. It doesn't do too much, but it adds like a little bit of a pretty finish to the skin. And I will stock up on this if I see it anywhere. So the next step for me is to set it or do like a glowy mist. So this is the Rose Glow Mist by Pixi, or you can use a regular setting spray. I'm going to do this, which a lot of people don't do, because I like to set my powders and make them kind of settle down so there's not a bunch of whole excess powders or product on my face. It just kind of settles it all into the skin, and then we can add contour and blush and stuff. So for contour, I'm going to take the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette that we got in BoxyCharm. BoxyCharm had some good stuff this month, so I feel like I'm using quite a lot of it. I'm going to use the contour shade and the finishing powder. I'm going to mix these two shades together for my contour, and for the contour brush, I'm going to be using my Sigma F83 Curve Kabuki brush. This is my favorite contouring brush because I feel like sometimes when you have a flat contour brush, it kind of settles kind of underneath right here. It kind of settles and kind of gets gross looking, but I feel like with this curve, it doesn't catch in the middle, so it just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it disperses evenly. So I'm just going to be mixing these two contour shades together, and I'm going to contour. Most people don't contour as far in as I do. I usually contour about to the end of my eyebrows. Most people just contour in the very, very corner of their cheeks. I contour more towards inwards because my face is very round. I have a very round face, and I feel like if you do this, it kind of elongates your face a little more just to have like a visible contour. So I do contour a little farther in than most people, and then I also will mix more of the face powder, less of the contour shade, to bronze my forehead. Then I'll do the opposite, more of the contour shade, less of the finishing powder, and kind of draw a new chin line on because I got a fat face, and sometimes I'll just bronze right underneath my chin, but not enough where it's like you have a really weird line. I'll just add a little bit of depth right underneath. Trying to slim my face out as much as possible. And then blend it down a little bit, of course, because you don't want it to be like... And then whatever product is left on the brush, I will just go on the sides of my nose very lightly. I don't know how to contour my nose properly, so like I just do a little bit of that. For blush, I'm going to use the 4-in-1 blush kit from Pure Cosmetics. I was gifted this to review, and I've been like loving it lately. So I'm going to use a Real Techniques cheek brush. But look how big these pans are, you guys. Like, I'll never use all this product. It's a really good deal. So I like these. I think my favorite one is this one and this one. I like this one, but it's a little bit loud for me, and I'm not really a fan of oranges. But these are so pretty. You can go... today I'm going to use this one very lightly, and look how much it picked up. So a little bit goes a long way. Always tap off the excess with this product because it is really pigmented, but like you get so much blush and you're like, I never need another blush in my life if I own this. I used to just do it on like the apples of my cheek like everybody else. I kind of blend it into my contour now just to make it like one thing, and then I do a little bit under my chin. But Pheromone blends her blush into her contour, so I want to be as close to her as possible. You know, I'm nowhere near her beauty, but like if she gives me a makeup tip, I'm gonna take it. So, and then I put it under the chin, so like you don't just have warmth here, you have a little bit under here that's kind of hidden, so it kind of brings the warmth of the face together and makes it look more natural. And then I might do like a little bit on the forehead too, but typically not. So yeah, the blush gets really pigmented, the Cover FX powder is really pigmented. Now let's go to a staple product I talk about all the time, the Ice Cold Jeffree Star highlighter. Typically I will only use Jeffree Star's Ice Cold for the inner corner, and I'll use like a different highlighter for my cheeks, but today we're going to use it all over. I'm going to use the Sigma F03 highlighting brush, which is my favorite highlighter brush, and I'm just going to highlight what matters. No, I'm just kidding. And then I'll take a tiny little tip underneath the arch of the brow too. I feel like maybe I should have color corrected today because you can still see purple coming through right here pretty bad. But it's too late now. You can never come back and fix that stuff. So I do have a lot of purple right here. I do apologize. But the highlight looks good so far. Then I'm going to take my pinky into the Ice Cold highlighter and pack it into that inner corner. I feel like the pinky is the perfect tool. Sometimes you use a brush and like the bristles of the brush will rub away your concealer there. So I just kind of pack on a little bit of highlight right there. Doesn't make a huge difference. Like this looks so much more awake than this just by a little bit of highlight. Alright, so that's it for my base face. I'm going to finish up my eyes, do my lips, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is my face when it's done. I'm not sure about this lip color, you guys can let me know, but I feel like my skin looks really good with this foundation routine. We did a medium coverage foundation, it still looks really nice. I feel like my skin doesn't look too dry, it looks pretty healthy and even. Yeah, it's not the best skin in the world, but this is just my regular foundation routine. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, I'd love to have you here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.